Good afternoon, everybody. I want to provide some updates around gun violence, not just in Highland Square, but in a broader sense as well. So last weekend, individuals exchanged gunfire within roughly 50 yards of our police officers who were already on scene in the area working to break up a separate incident. Our officers recovered 18 shell casings from at least 3 different firearms. I'm going to really ask you to take a minute and pause and think about that for a second. Our officers are right there, and right around less than 50 yards away, we have 18 shots that are out. The individuals didn't care that the police were there. They weren't worried about the innocent bystanders who could be hurt or killed by their senseless actions. Frankly, I don't think they were worried about themselves either, because no one can make those choices and have a concern about their own well-being. That level of recklessness should be concern every single citizen in our community. 20 years ago, officers were routinely called to break up fistfights. Today, too often, those calls are shots fired and people are shooting at each other, and we're having people getting shot. As of today, I want to share some additional updates specific around Highland Square and also around a recent shooting that took place at Lane Field. After today's press conference, we'll be sharing some additional photos of some persons of interest from the Highland Square shooting from last weekend. We're asking for the community's help identifying those individuals. We continue to follow up with leads. We have received some tips and leads on that. We hope to have some additional announcements soon. As on an update to the victims, the one female victim was treated and released at the hospital. We had one victim who was grazed. They were treated and released at the day of the incident, and one male victim who was in critical condition initially. He's now off sedation, is able to communicate, and we believe his injuries are non-life threatening. We're very grateful. Thanks to the hospitals for their amazing work in that regard. Additionally, a week ago, our officers responded to multiple shots fired at Lane Field. While no one was struck in that incident with gunfire, there was a 15-year-old girl who was struck by a vehicle as she was fleeing the scene from the area. Our officers recovered multiple shell casings at that location and also some surveillance video. Through the evidence recovered and through their outstanding work of our gun violence response team, they executed a search warrant for a home in Kiefer Court, resulting in the recovery of the 2 firearms we believed would be involved in that incident. We were able to make 2 arrests. We arrested 2 juveniles, a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old who were in possession of those firearms. I want to thank our officers and the detectives for their diligent work on that case specifically. As the Mayor mentioned and Chief of Safety Morgan mentioned, we're going to talk briefly about our part. Our officers continue to be present in many places, as the Mayor said, but what he said is right. We can't really be on every corner. And frankly, even when folks have a little concern as they had last weekend, just solely a police officer being present is not going to guarantee safety. The reality is, and it's a sad reality, that someone can decide to pull a gun and start shooting into a crowd. There's no specific number of police officers or any police department in America that can guarantee prevention on every single case. My pledge is that APD will continue to do our part. Today we're asking for everyone else to lean in just a little bit harder as well to help us tackle this extremely complex problem. Policing truly works best when it is partnered with families, businesses, neighbors, schools, community leaders, and the media, all doing their part to make us a little bit safer.